What's up? This is Troy McDuffie here from ECAA. That's ECAA Burbage Grant for YouTube. Now, I'm going to be doing a quick review of the Classic Army P90 RD. That's red dot, because as you can see up here, it doesn't have the tri-rail. It's got the red dot. It's a good red dot though. Alright, this is a pretty good quality P90. It's obviously not a Tokyo Marui, so we can't call it top of the line. But it's better than the Echo 1. And it's much better than the Well. So if you're looking for a P90 and you don't have a lot of money to spend, then you could, you should probably just get this one right here. Because Echo 1, it's got pretty good externals, like a metal upper receiver, stuff like that. But the internals aren't all that great, so it could, get worn down and stuff like that quicker than the Classic Army. But as for this has higher velocity than a Tokyo Marui. It runs at 330 FPS. The Tokyo Marui is about 280. But it's lower than the Echo 1. The Echo 1's about 370 in that range. But this has better hop up, so you can get better range than the Echo 1, but obviously not as good range as the Tokyo Marui. But anyway, the body is mostly ABS plastic. This right here is metal, but besides that, this is all plastic. But it's pretty close to the real firearm P90. The obviously it's not all plastic on the firearm. This is metal, the upper receiver, but the rest of this is pretty much plastic. So it's pretty good. It's got a pretty good realistic weight. Not the best, but still really good. Now, the magazine loads up here. All you guys have played Call of Duty or Far Cry, I know you guys have seen this gun, so you're like, oh, I know what that does. You just slide it in through here, and you just push it down. That's all you gotta do. It's not that hard. Loading the magazine, it's these are High-Caste, obviously, as you can see. It's kind of meticulous, but once you get the magazine in, if you've done everything that you're supposed to do with the Classic Army or pretty much any high capacity magazine for Airsoft P90, you should be good. You just pull this back, zoom in on this here. This is the BBs go in here, and this little platform pushes them in here where they get fed up. So you pull this back, you open this hatch here. When you open this up, it'll lock this, so all you have to do is pour the BBs in. We didn't quite have the time to get any, upper quality BBs, so these are just the Walmart Crosman 0.2 grams. So you just load the BBs in here. You can stop filming. Alright, so once it's loaded up, you just push this back, the hatch closed, and let go. Now, it'll have the BBs up against here. Because of the way that it's pushing it in, sometimes these are prone to misfeeds, because the BBs will get stopped up right here where two BBs will try to go in and they'll block the rest. So sometimes, if you just stop feeding, all you gotta do is just, pull out the mag real quick and just push this back like this, put it back in. It's not that hard. So once you got all the BBs in here, this wheel is what you use to wind the magazine. This is actually like one of the best high capacity magazine wheels I've ever seen, because it'll feed through the whole magazine. You just wind this till it clicks, and all 300 rounds will get fed through. So it's pretty freaking good high capacity magazine. I mean, I was impressed with it, because average M4 magazine, even if you wind it till it clicks, you can maybe get 80 rounds out of it. So but you still have to wind it. So it's not like a mid capacity magazine, but for a P90 it's hard to find about 100 rounds. All the standard magazines that you find are even 68 rounds, whereas a standard real firearm P90 magazine is 50 rounds. So it's hard to find a good, not high capacity magazine for a P90. So if you're gonna get, a high cap magazine, just go ahead and get a Classic Army. They sell them, they're not that bad, not that expensive, around $35. So as you can hear, just click and slide it in, push this down, you're good. That's all it takes. Alright, so we're gonna start with the quick firing test. Gonna do 3 shots on semi-automatic, then a couple, few round bursts. Kind of hard to gauge it, so no, it's 3-4 round bursts. Alright, here we go with the burst. Alright. We're 25 yards out. And as you can see, the grouping is very close in. Did your gun get shot? That's actually a really nice grouping. Yeah.
Right, let's try.
Alright, yep.
Alright, we're gonna go back some more.
Try not to freak out. Everybody's watching this on there thinking, what is he doing? He's shooting in the side yard. But, you know, it's been A-okayed by my next door neighbor. He's an old man, so.
From 50 yards out, P90 test fire. Burst fire.
By the way, feet, not yards.
Damn it. We'll fix that. Feet.
50 feet out. P90 test fire. Good. Full auto firing.
As you can see, the grouping. It's a nice area grouping here. This right here is from the auto, but this right here is from the burst fire and single shot. Very nice grouping. As you see, most of the BBs did punch through, a couple didn't. It's very high FPS.
Okay, very high, pretty average. Alright, so as you can see, you know, it's got pretty good range, accuracy. We had some good groupings out there, so pretty good. But we didn't really have the time to go out and buy any good BBs, you know, so we just went to Walmart, got some of the Crosmans, the .2s. Not the best, but they'll serve you in a pinch if you don't have a high quality gun. But you know, if you have a chance, definitely go out, get some of the good things, you know, TSDs or whatever crap this is supposed to be. Freaking Chinese people. So you know, you can get them off most airsoft sites. But anyway, that's not the point here. So this one comes with a built-in red dot. It uses 2 AAA batteries. It's not too bad. It lasts pretty good. I've accidentally left it on overnight sometimes. It's got 2 settings. It's got, you know, numbers under here. See if you can get that. And this switch basically goes back and forth. 1 is for when you're indoors. It's dim, but it's not too bright. And then 2 is for when you're outdoors. That's for, you know, it's at its brightest setting. Now obviously that'll kill the battery a little more, so try to remember to leave your red dot off when you're not using the gun, because I've had to replace the batteries quite a few times, but it'll go overnight and still be workable. But anyway, it's got a faux charging handle here. It doesn't do much, but you know, it looks nice. It makes you feel cool when you load it up. And the battery comes back here. You just push this button, slide this back. It's easy, but it won't, you know, slide off like guns where you just pop it off. You know, you don't have to worry about breaking off your shoulder or anything like that. And the battery goes up here. It uses a mini type battery. This right here is a 8.4 volt 1100 mAh, so pretty standard battery. And easy connector here is connected. Push the fuse back here into this little hole. Sorry, I can't see it. Oh, there we go. And then slide the battery in. Jam everything in there. Don't worry about it, you know. As long as you're being smart about this, you'll be fine. You just close this up. It's a lot harder when you can't actually see everything. Alright, so let me just go over the positives and negatives of this gun. Positives, it's a pretty good gun for, you know, what it does and for its price. It's not the best, but obviously it's much better. What? You gotta put on your price. Oh, price is on most websites you go to, it's between $150 and $190. If you go to a local retail, they'll probably have it up there in the 200s, so probably be best bet to just go out and order it online. Me personally, I got it from a retailer, and then, you know, I saw the prices online, and I was like, ah. So, you know, pretty good price for what it does. 330 FPS, got a relatively accurate at 50 feet. You know, once you get further out, obviously you're gonna have some accuracy issues. But better than the Well, obviously, better than the Echo 1, but just under the quality of the Tokyo Marui. It doesn't have the externals of an Echo 1, but it's got better externals than the Tokyo. So let's say you got an Echo 1 P90 and you put Tokyo Marui internals in there, you'd be set. But so the negatives. You have to be careful about the clamp for the magazine, because it's just little nubs that hold it on there, but it's a pretty powerful spring because it has to hold the magazine in there. So it's pretty easy for this whole clamp to become detached and break off the nubs. And it's hard to find a replacement for it. You might even have to replace the entire shell. So you have to be careful about that. But you know, as for negatives, I'd say pretty much the orange tip that you get on most sites that you order it from, they'll have it super glued in here. but it is removable. I've heard people say, you know, I've seen reviews that people have done this where they just took an air dryer and melted the glue, or they boiled it, or whatever they did. But once you get the glue off, all you do is just twist this off, and the gun comes with a black tip and washers and all that to install it. So obviously it was made for having a black tip. It's got threading in there, but I haven't been able to remove the tip yet because I'm too lazy to go out and actually do it. And besides that, that's relatively